Ladies, picture this. You press your lips softly against his neck, but instead of kissing, you let your tongue trace slowly along his skin. You bite, just enough to make him gasp. You whisper his name, then pull back and smile, leaving him desperate for more. That's foreplay. It's the sweet torture that makes him ache for you, the game that drives him wild before the clothes even come off. Foreplay isn't just the warm-up. Foreplay is the main course, the tease, the anticipation, the delicious tension that makes him look at you like you're the sexiest woman alive. And tonight, I'm going to share with you 7 sweet and sexy foreplay tips that will make your man drool, begging for every kiss, every touch, and every second with you. Tip 1, tease with your words. When it comes to driving a man wild, most women underestimate just how powerful words can be. You think he needs your touch, your kiss, or your body pressed against his to get turned on. But here's the truth: your words alone can make him hard before you've even laid a single finger on him. Because when you know how to tease him with your voice, with your whispers, with those dirty little things you let slip into his ear, you don't just excite his body, you take control of his mind. And trust me, that's where the real power lies. Imagine this: you're leaning close, your lips brushing his ear, your breath hot against his skin, and you whisper, "You have no idea what I'm going to do to you tonight." You don't even have to explain. That one sentence sends his imagination into overdrive. He's picturing your mouth, your tongue, the way your body is going to feel wrapped around him. By the time you finally touch him, he's already begging for it. But here's the secret: you don't give it all away. You let the words drip out like honey, just enough to make him ache. Say things like, "I can't wait to taste you," or "Do you know how hard it is for me not to touch you right now?" Those words create heat electricity, that sexual tension that makes his pulse race. And you don't have to wait until you're in bed. Send him a text in the middle of his workday. "All I can think about is the way you felt inside me last night." Or, "Tonight, I'm not letting you sleep." Now he's sitting there completely distracted, adjusting himself under the desk, desperate for the hours to pass so he can get his hands on you. That's foreplay happening hours before the first kiss. The key is mixing sweetness with raw, dirty desire. Sometimes whisper something tender like, "I love the way you make me melt." And other times hit him with something bold like, "I want to feel your cock so deep inside me I can't breathe." That contrast keeps him hooked, soft and sweet one moment, filthy and commanding the next. Teasing with your words is more than dirty talk. It's seduction in its purest form. It's making him so obsessed with what you might do that by the time you finally do it, he's drooling, trembling, and completely at your mercy. Tip 2, master the slow touch. When it comes to foreplay, one of the biggest mistakes women make is rushing. You go straight for the obvious places, straight for the main course. And while he'll enjoy it, he won't remember it. What makes him drool is not when you give him everything at once. It's when you take your sweet, delicious time. Imagine dragging your fingertips over the back of his neck, slow teasing, like you're tracing fire on his skin. Slide down across his chest, not grabbing, not groping, just gliding. Circle his nipples, graze down his stomach, stop just before you reach where he's already hard for you. That's when he groans, that's when he twitches. That's when his entire body begs for more. The slower you go, the more unbearable it becomes for him. Think of it like torture, but the kind he wants. Touch his thighs, his arms, the inside of his leg. Move closer and closer to his cock without actually grabbing it. You're building a tension so intense, he'll be begging you to put your hands where he wants them most. And the longer you make him wait, the harder he gets, the more desperate he becomes. Don't underestimate how powerful light touches can be. Sometimes a single finger tracing the line of his abs will turn him on more than a full-blown grab. Why? Because the lightness of your touch keeps his body on edge. Every nerve is firing, waiting, aching for what comes next. And here's where you take it up a notch. Add your nails, scratch his back softly, run them along his thighs, then grip his ass firmly for a second before pulling away again. That switch between gentle and firm is like a roller coaster for his body. He never knows what's coming next, but he knows he wants all of it. And don't forget, you're not just using your hands, your whole body can tease. Press your breasts against him lightly. Let your hair fall across his chest. Grind your hips over him without letting him inside you yet. That slow, sensual torture will drive him insane. Remember, this fast gets him off, but slow makes him crave. When you master the art of the slow touch, you don't just make him hard, you make him lose control. You make him yours. Tip 30, use your lips everywhere but his mouth. One of the sexiest ways to drive a man absolutely insane is to take away the one thing he expects most. He wants your kiss, he wants your mouth on his lips, but instead you give him everything but that. That denial, that delicious tease will make him crave you in a way that 1,000 deep kisses never could. Start with his ear. Slide your tongue along the edge slowly, then suck gently on his earlobe. Whisper something dirty right there, then bite just enough to make him shiver. Move down to his jawline, trailing wet. open-mouthed kisses along his skin. Don't rush to his lips. Stop just before them, pull back, lock eyes, and smirk. That little refusal makes him desperate. Then take your mouth lower, kiss the base of his throat, lick along his collarbone, let your lips wander to his shoulders, his chest, circle your tongue around his nipples, suck one into your mouth while dragging your nails across his stomach. Watch how he squirms when you do it. That's not just foreplay, it's domination with your lips. And don't stop there. Trace a hot, wet line with your tongue down the center of his abs. Let your breath linger over his waistband, close enough to feel his cock throbbing, but don't give in yet. Kiss his inner thighs, lick dangerously close, then pull away again. That denial is torture, but it's the kind of torture that makes him drool for you. Here's the secret, it's all about unpredictability. Sometimes kiss him softly, tenderly, other times use your teeth. Bite into his chest, suck on his skin hard enough to leave marks. Let him feel both your sweetness and your hunger in every kiss. The contrast makes him crazy. And when you finally decide to kiss him on the mouth, don't make it soft, crash your lips onto his lick inside, devour him like you've been starving. Because after all that waiting, after all that teasing, that kiss will feel like an explosion. He'll grab you, pull you closer, desperate to taste more of you. This is why using your lips everywhere, but his mouth is so powerful. You turn kissing into an erotic game of denial and reward. You keep him on edge, begging, until finally, when you give him what he's been craving, you own every ounce of his desire. Tip 4, eye contact that melts him. Most women underestimate just how powerful their eyes can be. Touch is sexy, kissing is hot, but locking eyes with a man at the right moment can send shockwaves through his body. Eye contact is the ultimate silent seduction. It's how you tell him, "You're mine, and I know exactly what I'm doing to you." Picture this, you're straddling him, running your hands slowly down his chest. He's expecting you to look at his body, but instead you stop, lock your eyes into his, and hold that stare as your fingers trace lower and lower. That look alone will make him throb with anticipation, because your eyes are telling him all the filthy, hungry things you're about to do without saying a single word. When you go down on him, don't keep your eyes closed. Look up at him. Lock eyes while your tongue glides over his skin, while your lips wrap around him. That one look makes it 10 times more intense, because it's not just about pleasure, it's about connection. He sees the fire in your eyes, the desire, the control, and it makes him lose himself completely. And here's where it gets even hotter. Tease him with your gaze. Start by looking innocent, playful, like you're just having fun. Then slowly shift to that darker, hungrier look, the one that says, "I'm about to devour you." That change in energy will make his entire body shiver, because men love when a woman switches from sweet to savage right in front of them. You can even use your eyes when you deny him. Hold his stare as you lean in like you're about to kiss him, then stop an inch away, lick your lips slowly and pull back. That look of frustration mixed with desire on his face, that's foreplay at its finest. The truth is, most women close their eyes too much during sex and foreplay. But when you keep them open, when you let him drown in your gaze, you turn intimacy into something magnetic. You make him feel like the only man in the world, the only one who could ever get this side of you. That's why eye contact is so dangerous. It's hypnotic. It's not just physical, it's psychological. And when you master it, you don't just melt him, you own him. Tip 5, whisper his name at the right moment. There's something almost primal about hearing your name from the lips of the person you desire. For men, it's not just a word, it's validation, intimacy, and pure lust all wrapped into one. When you whisper his name at the right moment, it doesn't just turn him on, it makes him feel claimed. Tells him, "This is about you, I want you, I'm obsessed with you." And that drives him absolutely insane. Imagine leaning into his ear, your breath warm, and letting his name slip out in a low, needy moan, "Daniel." That one sound sends a shiver down his spine. It's not just noise, it's intimacy. It's the proof that what you're feeling is real and personal, and it makes him instantly harder for you. Now, don't just throw his name around casually. Timing is everything. Say it when your hands are sliding lower, when your lips are grazing the inside of his thigh, when your tongue is teasing the head of his cock, but not taking him fully in your mouth yet. Make him associate his name with the peak of his desire. He'll start to crave hearing it just as much as he craves your touch. And when you're riding him, when his body is deep inside yours, look into his eyes, grab his face, and moan his name like it's the only word you know. Stretch it out, let your voice shake with pleasure. That makes him feel powerful, wanted, consumed. And when a man feels like that, he'll do anything to keep giving you more. Don't forget, you can use his name outside the bedroom too. Send him a text in the middle of the day. "I can't stop thinking about you, James." Simple, sweet, but loaded with sexual tension. Now he's at work, imagining your lips moaning his name again, remembering the sound of it when you whispered it the night before. That's foreplay planted like a time bomb. The truth is, when you whisper his name, it's not just sound, it's ownership. It's you saying, "Out of all the men in the world, you are the one making me feel this way." That's intoxicating. That's addictive. And that's exactly why his name, moaned at the perfect moment, will make him melt in your hands. Tip 60, playful control. Every man loves to feel in control sometimes, but what really drives him crazy is when you flip the script and take over. Playful control is one of the sexiest ways to make him drool, because it combines two things men secretly crave: surrender and surprise. It's not about being rough all the time. It's about teasing him with power, giving just enough dominance to keep him begging for more. Imagine this. He leans in to kiss you, but instead of letting him lead, you push him gently back against the bed. You straddle him, pinning his wrists above his head, and hover your lips just above his. He's desperate for a kiss, but you don't give it right away. You smile, whisper, "Not yet," and drag your tongue slowly down his neck instead. In that moment, he realizes he's not in charge, you are. And trust me, that thought alone will make him throb with need. That control doesn't always mean aggression. Sometimes it's as simple as grabbing his hair while you're kissing him, pulling his head back slightly so you can lick and bite along his jaw, or holding his face firmly while you ride him, locking eyes and moving at your pace, not his. That subtle dominance is intoxicating. It tells him, "You're mine right now, and I'll let you come when I want you to." And don't forget the power of denial. Slide your hand down his chest, reach his cock, and then pull away at the last second. Watch his reaction as he groans, frustrated, hungry. Smile, tease, and whisper, "Patience." That little bit of control, giving him everything and then taking it away, builds unbearable tension. By the time you finally give in, he'll explode with gratitude. But playful control works both ways. Sometimes let him think he has the power, then flip it. Let him pin you, then roll him onto his back and take over. That surprise, that back and forth, keeps him hooked because he never knows what version of you he's going to get. The sweet, submissive tease or the bold, dominant goddess who owns his body. When you master playful control, you're not just giving him pleasure, you're giving him a thrill. You're turning sex into a game where he never knows what's coming next. And that unpredictability, that's what makes him addicted to you. Tip 7A, start foreplay before you're alone. Foreplay doesn't start when the clothes come off. It starts long before that. The most unforgettable sex begins with anticipation. And the way you build it is by teasing him when he least expects it. You want him walking into the bedroom already rock hard, already begging, because you've been in his head all day. Imagine this, you're at dinner with him, the room full of people, and under the table your hand slides onto his thigh. You don't go too high, just enough to make him tense. You lean in, kiss his cheek sweetly, and whisper something filthy in his ear like, "All I can think about is your cock inside me later." Then you smile and pull away like nothing happened. Now he's sitting there trying to act normal, but his mind is racing, his body atching, waiting for the moment you're finally alone. Or send him a text while he's at work, something simple but dirty enough to distract him completely. "I can still taste you from last night," or "Don't make any plans tonight. I want you naked the second I see you." He'll spend the entire day restless, adjusting himself, counting down the hours until he gets to rip your clothes off. You can even use your body as a weapon outside the bedroom. Brush your breasts against his arm by accident. Bend over slowly in front of him, letting him get a perfect view. Lick your lips while looking at him across the room. These little moments plant lust in his mind like seeds, and by the time you're finally in private, he's starving for you. The beauty of starting foreplay early is that it blurs the line between daily life and sexual play. You're showing him that desire doesn't just switch on in the bedroom. It's always there, simmering, waiting. And when you finally touch him, finally kiss him, finally undress, all that tension you've built explodes into something unforgettable. This is the secret most women miss. Sex doesn't start when he slides inside you. It starts hours before with a whisper, a glance, a touch, a dirty thought you plant in his head. When you master that, he won't just want you in the bedroom. He'll crave you everywhere.